Why, hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. What is up, guys? It is James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, back here to do a new video slash podcast for you. And today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. And today marks the final part of our HHN Hollywood 2011 history video slash podcast. And this is the final part, or aka part 3. And in this video, we are going to talk about the Bill and Ted show, and we're going to talk about the 5 scare zones. And of course, I am joined again by my lovely co-host. You know her, you love her, my mom, Marsha. So Mom, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
And we're going to talk about the Bill and Ted show going forward for this year, 2012, and 2013, and then after that, starting in 2014, there was no more Bill and Ted show. And I will get more details when I get to 2013 Bill and Ted show. I'm going to just share a little bit of what's going on in this video, and then I will give the full story when we get to the 2013 one. So just wanted to let people know about the Bill and Ted thing, and then we're going to end with the scare zones. And then at the very end, for the first time ever, we're going to talk about our favorite maze, or what was our favorite maze. Then we're going to talk about our least favorite maze, and then out of all of the scare zones, which one was our absolute favorite. So, Mom, are you ready to talk about the Bill and Ted show and the 5 scare zones?
Yes, I am.
All right, guys, so sit back, relax, and enjoy part 3, aka the final part. So, we are still talking about Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2011, and let's talk about the Bill and Ted things. So, before we talk about the Bill and Ted show, I wanted to let you know that originally on YouTube, you could find the Bill and Ted shows for 2011 and 2012. But because of what happened with the show in 2013, and Universal is now starting to go on YouTube and look at some stuff, a lot of YouTubers that posted the show for 2011 and 2012 either have blocked their videos where you cannot view them anymore, or some of them have deleted them. But most of them have blocked it until this has blown over. Hopefully it will blow over in a couple of weeks. But as of right now, as I am releasing this video on Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, on a Wednesday, I could not find any footage of the Bill and Ted show for 2011 or 2012, which is going to be the next HHN or HHN Hollywood history videos. And the reason why is just a little tidbit. In 2013, when the show was going on, they did a couple of jokes that offended some people, and they complained to Universal about it, and it got so much attraction that they canceled the Bill and Ted show in 2013, about halfway through the event. Luckily, I got to see the show twice before it got shut down, as well as my co-host, my mom, Marsha. So, fortunately, I usually would go into details about the show, and unfortunately, due to what's going on, I can't find any footage of the show or anything, so I'm just going based off memory for the show. So I may do my very best, but usually I know part 3 is about, usually about 30 or 40 minutes. This will probably be a very short one, maybe, because most of the time the Bill and Ted show takes most of the time. So, guys, I'm going to let you guys know that if the people that posted the Bill and Ted show, put their videos back up, I will definitely share on all my social media sites that the videos are back up so you guys can watch the show yourself. Or if you guys find out that the Bill and Ted show's up, please message me on any of my social media sites, and I will, share it with whoever shares it with me, because I would love to rewatch the 2011 and 2012 show, but because of what's going on, I can't find any, and I've searched high and low, and, it says it's there, but then when you try to click on the video, nothing plays. So I don't know what's going on. So, really quick about your thoughts on that, Mom.
It's sad what happened. I hope we can find a video so we can watch it, James, so we can talk about it. But what happened, I don't think anybody's going to release the 2011, 2012 videos. Not what happened.
Right.
But I'm hoping, but probably not.
Yeah, as I said, if I find the 2011 videos, I will share them on my social media sites. Or if you guys find them, please let me know. That would be appreciated. So, as I said, this is just going based off memory. So the main villain for this year's show was Hassan bin Laden, the evil person from Iraq. And basically, the show is around him, where he's hiding in his secret base. Bill and Ted find his secret base. The SEAL Team 6 is trying to get him, and that's the whole show is based around this character. And they did make fun of some movies and TV shows. They made fun of Captain America a lot with his sidekick Captain Mexico. They also made fun of Pirates of the Caribbean at the point, the King's Speech, Angry Birds. They made fun of as well. They also made fun of Tron, the new Tron movie, Sucker Punch movie. Also, they made fun of Bridesmaids, a very funny movie. Also, a movie named Arthur. Some movies that I recognized. And then how the show ended was Captain America's playing Angry Birds, and Ben Laden thought he was not destroyed, and then an acorn falls on him, and that's how they defeat him in the show. And then, of course, they do some songs. They do a song from Jennifer Lopez. They have a dance number at the very end. So they do songs from Jennifer Lopez, Britney Spears, I recognize Bruno Mars' Grenade. They do that. They use a song with Adele, and there's probably like 3 or 4 other songs that I don't recognize. And then, of course, at the very end, as you're leaving the theater, they play the song they do every year. Was Summons Some 41 Underclass Hero, which is a very popular song. Yeah, so as I said, if you guys, if I find any links to the YouTube videos, I will share them on all my social media. If you guys find them, please let me know, because I would really like to rewatch them, as you know, to indulge it. So, but that is as far as I know. So I'm sorry I can't break down the whole show for you, but those are just some highlights. Hopefully the videos will be back on for 2012, so I can break down the whole show for you. But if it's the same thing when I get around to the 2012 ones, then we'll see what I'll have to do. So that is the Bo and Ted show in a nutshell. So, Mom, your thoughts?
It's sad. I mean, it's sad that it had to go away, but I do miss it. That always cheered me up. The funny stuff when I was down. But what happened? It ruined the show for everybody.
Right. And we'll get more into that when we get to 2013.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully, this will blow over and those videos will be back online, but we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. So that's the Bill and Ted show for 2011. All right, so we're going to talk about the scare zones now. So the first scare zone starts at the front of the park. This one was called Scream. So, of course, they had a ghost face character that was a golden statue and he would scare you. And then, of course, they had the go-go dancers again. And they were wearing a white shirt, short blue shorts, and then their cuts were cut, looking like Ghostface cut their throats, and that was the first scare zone. So your thoughts on that, Mom?
That was a good scare zone as I can remember. They scared me. They were chasing me and everything with the chainsaws and stuff. Always liked the chainsaws chasing me into the park.
Right. All right, so moving on to the next scare zone.
What about you, James? What do you feel about it?
So this one was a very small scare zone. What I thought they did was they had Scream at the beginning, but it wasn't leading up to New York Street. Yeah. They just had the go dancers and then the guy that was the statue of Ghostface. That was all that was in that first scare zone. To tie into the theme for Scream. But it wasn't really a scare zone in my opinion, but they labeled it as a scare zone. The next scare zone that we're going to talk about was clowns, and I think what they did was they put the chainsaw guys in the center, that were dressed up as clowns, and then that led you to the clown scare zone, where I think it was the exact same as 2010. I think clowns started in 2010, and they repurposed that scare zone where they had the ringleader again that was insulting people. They had the flaming towers that were there. I think it was exact pace copy of that Scare Zone, but it may have had some different things.
Right.
But it was really hard to tell.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, that was on New York Street. Next, we're going to move on to Baker Street, which is now known as Pet Place. That's where the Secret Life of Pets and DreamWorks, and where Despicable Me is now.
Yes.
It was called Zombieville. It was basically a whole bunch of zombies, and that was pretty much it. So, it was an okay scare zone.
I remember that one wasn't one of my favorite ones.
Right.
But it was okay. They scared me anyway.
So this one, I'm happy they finally got rid of it. So next one is on French Street, and it was called Freaks. It was the exact same scare zone as it was in 2009, 2010, and this was the final year of Freaks. And I'm so happy they got rid of it. I didn't really care for that scare zone either.
I didn't care for it either. Not really.
Yeah, not really too much.
No.
On that. So then we're going to talk about the final scare zone. When we did have scare zones downstairs, the final scare zone was called the Reapers, and basically they were the chainsaw guys again, but they were dressed up as Reapers. And that was pretty much it.
The one downstairs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
When we were going through the mazes. That one was good. I mean, it was okay.
It was okay.
But it wasn't same old. Let's just say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did have a scare zone downstairs because there was a lot of construction downstairs, so they needed to have some entertainment down there. I think that's why they put the Reapers downstairs.
Right.
Yeah, so that is pretty much it, guys. Usually part 3, as I said, is usually
longer,
but because of, the stuff that happened, and I can't get into a lot of details about the Bill and Ted show, this one's going to be the shortest out of all 3. But before we wrap up this episode, we promised people we would say, what was our favorite maze of this year? What was our least favorite maze? And what was our favorite scare zone?
Oh, man. Damn.
I could go first if you want me to, Mom, because I already have my list.
Go ahead.
So, my favorite maze of all of it was... I'm going to say it's a toss-up.
Okay.
Between 2 of them.
Okay.
I can't say one was better than the other.
All right.
My 2 toss-up mazes for my favorite mazes.
Right.
I'm going to say I have 2 favorite mazes. I can't just pick one.
Okay.
The Thing Assimilation and Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare.
Okay.
And
what was your least favorite?
I think Mom, Hostel. Hostel was my least favorite. And then my favorite scare zone, even though it's a repeat one, I would say the Clowns was my favorite scare zone.
Okay. All right.
Now, what about you, Mom?
My 2 favorites, especially The Thing.
Okay.
And Gosh, that one's hard, James. I don't know. It's a toss up.
Well, what's your other favorite for that year?
The Linorona one.
Okay, so we have different ones.
I liked The Thing and Linorona.
Okay, and then for me was Alice Cooper and The Thing. And then what was your least favorite maze?
Hostel, of course.
We both agree on that.
That was the worst maze ever.
Now, out of the scare zones, which one was your favorite?
I would say the clowns. I like the clowns.
Even though it was a repeat one, it was...
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up this video, and this is going to wrap up our series of the HHN Hollywood 2011 history video / podcast. So, the next videos that will be coming out, and I'm hoping I can get them out this weekend or the beginning of next week, will be my movie review of Sinners, which was the first movie review that I said I was going to do, and the winner of the
food review,
which, again, the winner is McDonald's. That won by a landslide. It was 70% for McDonald's, 30% for Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
So McDonald's is going to be the food review I do this weekend, or it'll be coming out next weekend right before the end of June. And then the July one is going to be Taco Bell, and then after that, it's going to be on you guys, because I might probably do another poll of between two restaurants that you guys want me to try. Because I have a whole bunch of lists of restaurants and items that you guys wanted me to try. So that's how it's going to work. And also there's also a lot of movies that you guys want me to review, and I have a list of movies that you guys have picked for me to watch as well, which I'm trying to get through them.
Mm-hmm.
But Sinners is a priority because that is coming to HHN this year.
I would like to watch it with you, James.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So I want to thank my co-host, my mom, Marsha, for joining me again.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to try to get more of these history videos done for you. I want to try. My goal is to try to be done with them at least by December or sometime next year. Is my goal to get these history videos done. But as I said, I'm a one-man army. It takes me time to do it. So I'm going to try to get them out as fast as I can. So if you guys want to follow my co-host, my mom, Marsha, you can follow her on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter. And her username is MarshaFan1960. And if you want to follow me, your host, James, you can follow me on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I also post on the posts page on my YouTube channel. That's where you're going to get the latest updates about videos, what events I'm going to, when I'm at events. I like to share lots of photos and stuff like that. Anything that I'm doing that I want to share on social media, that's where you're going to get all the information. And I always say it at the end of every video. Hopefully I can stop saying it soon, but people always ask me, why do you not say what the usernames are on all the social media sites? I can say it, but then it would take a long time because some of them are Jimmy Pancakes 20 and some of them are Jimmy Pancakes Show. So some of them are just Jimmy Pancakes 20. Some of them are Jimmy Pancakes 20 Show. So that's why I don't want to get people confused. So please find the links down below in the description box, and please follow me on any of the social media sites that you use, or follow me on the one that you use the most. Alright guys, so I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank everyone for listening. Have a great rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this YouTube video on YouTube or listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcast, and Podbean.com. I was your host, James, aka Jimmy Pancake, signing off, and we'll see you for the next video / podcast coming soon. Bye-bye.